I believe that it's very possible for us young people to be able to abstain from sex because one, it gives us certainty about ourselves. Like we just are confident in our relationships that okay, we are in this relationship because we are actually in love, not because of what we are getting from it, like the sexual benefits or something. I believe that a relationship doesn't have to be solely dependent on sex.
Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So guys, in this video I have an interesting clip I want to share with you. Is it possible to stay sexless in a relationship, even a relationship that will lead to marriage? And before I share that video, that interview with you, let me make my own opinion. Let me state my own opinion. Of course, you should already know if you had watched my other videos. I believe that it is possible to stay sexless in a relationship, even the one that will lead to marriage. It is possible because I know people who did it, who did not have sex in their relationship until they got married. You know, one thing that makes people actually think that this thing is not possible is the same problem that Adam and Eve had in the Garden of Eden. You know, in the Garden of Eden, God created them, and in that Eden, He created trees, fruits, animals, and everything that they needed, everything that would make life simple for them in that garden. But He also created one thing and told them, do not eat of this tree. And He also put the ability to have self-control, and they had self-control. They did not eat of that tree until somebody showed up. If you know the story of Adam and Eve and the Garden of Eden and Satan, you should understand what I'm talking about. Somebody showed up, and that person was Satan. You know, he came to Eve and told Eve, how do you see this tree? Eve was like, I think it's nice. The Bible says that she looked at it and thought that it is a tree, it's a fruit that is able to make one wise. You know, then why do I have to bring in this thing? God created us, you know, and He put the feeling for sex inside us. It's like that tree, the tree of knowledge of good and evil. That is how the feeling of sex is. It contains in it the knowledge of good and knowledge of evil. If you abuse it, you know what the outcome is. If you use it for good, you know what the outcome is. That is the same thing. So when Satan came, he told Eve, Mrs. Adam, did God really say you should not eat of this tree? Think about it. Or did God really say? Do you remember the day God told you guys this thing? Did this actually say you should not eat of that tree? Eve was like, Satan. Let me try to recall. He said we should not touch it. God did not say they should not touch it. God only said they should not eat of it. That is the same thing that happens to us. You know, the world will make you feel like if you're not having sex in your relationship, you are actually missing something. You know, it's like, did God really say we should not have sex? Where is it in the Bible that God said we should not? Where is it explicitly stated that God said we should not have sex? Tell me, show me one in the Bible where God said, do not have sex with the person you want to marry you. It's the same thing. Satan said, did God really say? And then, when that conversation went ahead, Satan said, you know the reason why, okay, let's assume that God said you should not eat of it. The reason why He said you should not eat of it is because the day you eat of this tree, God knows that the day you eat of this tree, you become like God. Guys, let me shock you. If you have read it in the Bible, Bible said that God created us in His image and what? Likeness. But now, the devil is trying to tell Eve that God knows that in the day you eat of this tree, you become like God. Meanwhile, God created us in his image and likeness. I don't know if you understand the point I'm trying to make. So what people make us think about this thing of sex, that if you're not sleeping with somebody you want to marry, is like you don't really belong. You know, they know that the day you have sex with somebody you want to marry, that's the day the person will start considering you for marriage. That's the day you actually prove to this person that you love him or her. You know, if you sleep with him or if you sleep with her, that is the day the person will know that, this person is truly my own. But the truth of the matter is that you don't need to sleep with this person for the person to marry you. In fact, if not for the fact that our society, the values of the society has been eroded, I can tell you for a fact that men are actually looking for somebody that will tell them no as far as sex is concerned. They will do everything possible to know why this person is, even though other girls are flocking around me, why is this particular person saying no to my offer or saying no to me? They will want to know. And if you eventually tell them that this is the reason why, although some of them might leave, but I can tell you that some will stay. Maybe 1 in 10 will stay. But that person that will stay, it might just be the right person for you. I'm not saying that is necessarily the right person. I'm saying might be the right person for you. And then our discussion in the Garden of Eden, Eve now look at that tree and say, this tree is beautiful. That tree has been there. She had never considered the beauty of that tree. She had never considered the sumptuousness of that tree. She hadn't done it until that day that Satan came. And Eve was like, this tree, Kai, if I just pluck one like this and eat, it is capable to make me wise, you know. I will know good from evil. Let me try it. That is how it is. People will tell you that if you don't have this, if you have sex, if you're not having sex, you're not enjoying anything with this person that you want to marry. It's somebody you want to marry now. Is there, God has given you a man and you are there doing this thing. Sleep with this person, let this person marry you. And you eventually do. Back to our story in the Garden of Eden. When she ate it and gave to her husband, their eyes opened. Their eyes really opened, yes. Their eyes opened and they discovered what? That they were naked all along. They discovered that they were naked all along. They now started looking for a fig tree, to cover up their nakedness. What does it have to do with what we are talking about? It's not like that for everybody. Yes, it's not like that for everybody, but I'm saying for some persons, immediately you sleep with this person, that is when you realize that he was not worth it all along. Some people are not regretting the fact that they had sex. The problem is, remember that this video is not to tell you whether or not premarital sex is a sin. No, I have a video on that already. But the point I'm trying to make in this video is, if it is possible that people can be in a relationship and they are not having sex. And I'm saying that some people have engaged in sex with somebody they intend to marry, and immediately after that act, they realize that this person did not deserve this. No. This person did not deserve my body. This person did not deserve this thing I just gave him or her. That was what happened to Adam and Eve. Immediately they ate that tree, they ate of that fruit. They now realized they were naked. And when God came calling, God was calling Adam. He realized that, things have really changed in this place. Where is this guy? Where is Adam? The way he's answering me is not the way he's supposed to answer me. Adam, where are you? Adam said, I have hid myself somewhere. God was like, why are you hiding yourself? He said, because I am naked. God said, what? Who told you you are naked? Who told you? Who told you you are naked? Have you eaten of that? Who told you that you're naked? What does that mean? The thing that happens around us is a function of what we have heard, or a function of what we are hearing. The Bible says that faith comes by hearing, and hearing by the word of God. So our attitude, our lifestyles, are sometimes molded by the things happening around us or by the information we have accumulated for a long time. So God asked them, who told you that you were naked? Who told you? It's the same thing now. If you're a child of God, the Spirit of God is now hammering on you. Who told you to do this thing? You know, that time you are now remorseful. God will be like, why are you remorseful? You say, God, I have sinned again. God will be like, what did you do? Say, I slept with this person I'm supposed to marry before marriage. God will be like, where did you get that information from? Who told you to do it? You say, my friends. You say peer pressure. You say societal pressure. God had to kill an animal, remove the furs, and use it to sew a garment for them. He's a merciful God. He still covered their nakedness. So, in this video, like I said, I'm not trying to tell you guys what you want to do with your lives. I'm just trying to say that people think that it is impossible to be sexless in a relationship, but I think it's possible because God created us and He gave us self-control. He gave us the will to be able to control some of the things, or all the things happening around us. Even the ones that we think you cannot control, God, by His mercy, can help us go through. It says, lead us not to temptation, but deliver us from all evil. God is capable to not allow us enter into a temptation that will overcome us. In all these temptations that will come, He has made a way of escape for us. And I believe He's always making a way of escape for us. Even when you are tempted around somebody you love, I know it's hard. Guys, it's hard. You know it's hard to control your feelings around somebody you love, but it's something you can do. And if you think you cannot do it, like I will always say, boundaries.
Very well. My name is Esther. Okay. I actually believe, it's a personal opinion, I believe that it is necessary to abstain from sex before marriage. One, because apart from the spiritual values of it, it also has to do with our personal lives. I believe that it's very possible for us young people to be able to abstain from sex because one, it gives us certainty about ourselves. We just are confident in our relationships that okay, we are in this relationship because we are actually in love, not because of what we are getting from it, like the sexual benefits or something. I believe that a relationship doesn't have to be solely dependent on sex. I just believe that a relationship isn't supposed to be about sex, but obviously we are in the world today and it just sounds very crazy when you are not doing what every other person is doing in a relationship. And aside the fact that God is against it, if you are able to abstain from sex, I feel like it just helps you to understand that God's desire for us is more than what we have for ourselves, and we're not just doing anything because of the flow of what is happening in the world today. It just becomes very normal that once you don't have sex in a relationship, your partner is either feeling like they're deprived or you're not giving them what they want, and then the relationship doesn't just last. But when you're able to build a relationship that comes without sex, it just makes you confident in yourself and your partner that you guys are in a relationship because you are just benefiting the actual love. Because relationship is supposed to be about love, but apparently it's not really about love now. It's about money, sex, and every other thing. The girls, they're in a relationship because they want to get money, and who doesn't like money? Everybody likes money, but yeah. It shouldn't be like that, and it shouldn't also be men actually trade love for sex. They trade in a relationship now. They just expect to be able to have sex, and yeah, they believe that once I can give you money, I can also get sex from you. And it shouldn't be that way. It's a very extinct character that shouldn't be in this century, but apparently we live in that world now. So I feel like it's all about values, because there are actually people in this world now that are not living like that they still live the way things are supposed to be. But when it comes to the fact that relationship is transactional, I believe it's because everybody right now, I feel like everyone wants to feel among in society. It just feels like a normal thing for you to be able to be in a relationship where you get money. And a man also believes that people actually believe that that a man has to always have sex to be able to continue his daily activities. And they believe that once you're sexually active, being deprived of sex can cause a lot of, they just say silly things it can cost you a lot of sperm.
Health challenges. Yeah.
Yes, and it doesn't just make sense to me because if you really know why you're not having sex, then you actually be able to abstain. But it's actually just better for people that haven't had sex before, like people that have been abstinent
Yeah.
like for their whole lives, rather than people that want to just like start getting celibate and everything. It's really hard, but I believe that people who have values, people who know what they want, can actually still do it because you can't tell me that you are seeing something that will make your life better and you don't want to do it. Like sometimes you just have to make sacrifices. My advice is that first of all, you have to know your self worth to be able to pride like thrive in this like world right now. And secondly, you should also be very prayerful because it's not something you do on your own. Like it's really very
Yes.
difficult.
Yes.
And like for you to be able to do that, you just have to always be prayerful. You should just be able to make your points clear. Like if you're getting into a relationship, you just have to make it clear to them at first that okay, you're not ready to do this. And you
Yes.
should also know how to avoid occasions that leads you to like sinning and stuff like that. You just have to know what you want and be able to like be strong on what you want, pray to God, do anything possible for you to avoid like you having anything sexual in the relationship. And I don't know, most of all, just make it clear to whoever you're getting in a relationship with because half of the times they don't know what you want
Yes.
and they just end up using it to their advantage because obviously you didn't tell them anything, so they don't expect to be in that kind of relationship. So you just have to state your points clear and just know what you want and pray to God and just don't be don't just want to follow the word. Be yourself. I don't know about other people. I feel like everybody's opinion is different because right now I can't say I know that the only way can be avoided is avoiding like kissing or any form of contact. But I can't also say that you should go into a relationship and not want to kiss like your partner. If you're able to hold yourself, it's a very good one because the Bible doesn't even preach against it. But then again, like that's like the starting point. That's where it starts from. Like you just start kissing this person and then all the thoughts are flowing into your head.
Yeah.
So if you know that you can actually control yourself after that, then it's okay. But if you know it's not something you can do, then it's also okay for you not to want to have a kiss in the relationship. But then again, if you're going to kiss, I don't think you should be in a place where you guys are like going too far with whatever you're doing because once you get to that point, I feel like it's something that you find yourself questioning like the whole thoughts you've had for yourself like forever. Like you just start questioning your whole self and you're like, is it even worth it? Do I want to continue this journey? Stuff like that. So I just think if I'm going to stay celibate, I am celibate. If I'm going to continue staying celibate, then I just know that I don't want to take things far. Like I just know where it gets to and I'm like, okay, my no is no. Like you should just always know that this is what you want. I can't go beyond this.